Every so often we falsely believe that online spaces are unreal, that they are simply curated virtual recreational and serious spaces, that we maladapt to the thrills of a wild and savage ecosystem where human dignity, sensitivity, empathy, self-regulation and awareness are but unachievable values that do not have a place or stand a chance. But as we come to understand every so often again, the accounts are human, at least behind them the motive, incentive and outlook which continually shapes every interaction and counterbalancing user experiences. Social apps tap into the human recesses, our questioning, searching, lusts, desires, passions, voids, baying for blood, aspirations, successes and reward systems, and primal need to connect and belong. It seems we are all exhibiting our lives, selling a piece of ourselves in this flea cyber market. Sometimes the decay at the stalls, the charged exchanges triggered by conflicts, growing controversies over issues that were once simple and black and white, and sometimes out of sheer lack of social mannerisms, our vulnerabilities are tooled for war. A vicious cycle that swamps and swallows the public spectacle into days of jeer, jester and entertainment. Of course, until it is forgotten, the dragging stops and the text crime scene and the next crime scene and debacle is displayed. Deep down you can see how we've weaponized disagreements, how we have even imagined them just as much useful marketing strategies for ourselves and the businesses we mouthpiece. Either as individuals, our idiosyncrasies are a representation of a day in the animal farm. That's how low we have sunk. It's tragic. It's a curious social place with several implications, most of them very dire, left behind the trail of our relationships. For some, it's a heartbreak, the constant desire to fit into the many different member clubs that we see online, mostly of popular social authorities. Others, it's the overgrowth of their trade in controversies, the plunging and loading over other people because they can get away with it. A lot goes in the day and night, blind from the view of our awareness, when we are not with the people that we see are wrangling online. When we wake up, it is simply not a personal time of yesterday. It is the classic literature of tempting quality, that we can dance naked to the ills and misgivings of our fellow human beings, their suffering. We transact through perhaps the inherent nature of human to gossip, to not want to miss out, to swing into the conveyor belts of information rendering. Industries are built on this, billion-dollar industries. These social apps are designed out of this programming. Dating apps trade in these imbalances. The government cashes on this very foundation. What is appalling is the way, over and over, these predispositions only seem to touch a few communities. But this is the band-aid to a deeply seated and resolved self-hate, to a primary indication of very little personal work and improvement on wellness. Our health is tagged to hospitals and medicines, yet we are chronically and humanly sick at the core. Despite craving compassion, love, and respect, our incapacity to cultivate these virtues within ourselves perpetuates a cycle of chronic human sickness. Sometimes it feels like you only have the people you have, but it is because you have only interacted with them in a certain way. I remember those with whom we had promising relationships, relegated to the sides after years of resuscitation. They all seem to have moved farther away. Others probably enjoying their outfit, saw networks that match their interests and growth. Others we fumbled in our capacity and faulty seasons, trying to make our way home. Some simply declared that life is a deadlifting affair. As you grow older, you get bored and tired, and therefore there's no point in trying to make amends or saving relationships anymore. More are on the sidelines, ghostly wiretapping your life, watching. Maybe one day they'll pull a receipt as an entry to the museum of old relics, a picture of you together, or an evidence of intent and interaction. It seems worth that we realize not by the remark of our intentional grace, but rather the social status accrued alongside society's validation metrics. Many people have extinguished their hope of a more dignified world to live in. Many ships have sunk. I grieve most of mine. Months like this remind me that people contain multitudes. And even if we go back to the comfortable path, we are able to walk different ones. We all are trying to get home, I think. There is also just something charming about exercising relationships with grace. The way we work on our muscles and brains, what more could we carry or build together if we worked towards that possibility? That our tender human lives are connected, no matter which lines are drawn in soil. I'm Chuka, and this is Proof of Life.